Hey everyone, and welcome to The Witcher 3 Blood and Wine, part 66. That's a lot of parts. And I am in Fairy Tale Land right now, with Sienna, and asking her questions about where I am, what she's doing, what has been happening, and a lot of other things, actually.
Since you brought it up, the knights Detloff killed. What exactly did they do to you? Crespi, Dulac, Lacroix, Peyrac Peyran?
Not a memory I enjoy revisiting, but I suppose you deserve to know. When my parents disowned me, they ordered those very knights to escort me beyond the duchy's borders. All did so without uttering a single word in my defense.
Like you said, they had their orders.
But Crespi was not ordered to beat me unconscious with a horsewhip after my first attempt at escape. And Dulac had no instructions to deny me food and abuse me. I learned something then. Knights are not so chivalrous when no one's watching.
Ouch. No excuse for what you did? I don't know, it kind of depends, because she named 2 now, but she killed all of them, so what did the rest of them do? Too painful to talk about? Yeah.
That explains a lot.
Shocked, aren't you? You must have thought you had me pegged. Before bothering to hear my side. Everyone does that.
Well, I didn't really have much of a choice in that sense, because I never met her.
Curse of the Black Sun. That's why you were banished, right?
Twisted princesses, mutants. I'm certain you've heard of us.
Even met one of you. Renfrey of Craden.
And? Was she truly monstrous?
She was cruel, that's certain. But what caused it? The curse or what she went through? Asking myself to this day.
You killed her, didn't you?
Had no choice.
Funny. Mum said the same when she tossed me out of the house.
Not quite the same, but I guess Geralt doesn't bother explaining why. Just like, she never explained why she was doing things. Oh, you know what? Let's all go through life without explaining things. I mean, if we did all explain things, then there'd be a lot less movies and a lot less video games, because plot.
So, what's with the beans? Mind explaining?
Certainly. But you must gird yourself with patience. There are 2 ways out of this land. My darling sister blocked one when she tossed me in here. The other's up there, in the clouds. She made it hard, but not impossible to access by concealing the beans.
Still don't understand.
Don't fret, just listen. That boy, that was Jack, of Beanstalk fame. You know the tale?
Jack climbed a gigantic beanstalk to a giant's castle, high up in the clouds.
As we shall do if we can just find those blasted beans. There are 3. 1 red, 1 blue, 1 yellow.
Stalk won't sprout from just one?
No, because it must transpire exactly as it did in the tale. Clear now? So we must find Joss. Perhaps he will be able to help us. You lead.
I do not remember that from the tale. I thought he just...
Joss can usually be found wandering the glade at the foot of the mount. It's some distance from here, past the witch's house to the right.
Okay, but I thought that the Jack and the Beanstalk story was just Jack went to market and then traded his last cow for a bag of beans. Magic beans. Oh, I can't go in here. Interesting. You know, I don't think this little campfire that you can extinguish by standing on it would have burned you alive, Jack. So, I mean, you just clearly weren't trying. You were not trying. Oh, I just fixed the wrong sword. I'm sure that needed fixing too. Oh, a gingerbread man. I need to take that with me. A black magic doll, yes, of course. And another gingerbread. Lots and lots of gingerbread. Not even remotely surprised. So, she actually has a gingerbread house too, right? Right? Is it made of gingerbread? We can't actually go in here. Oh, I would have liked to eat the house. What about this? What's this? Can I not? Yes. What are you? You are an odd statue. Huh? Can I set it on fire? Kind of, but not really. What was the point of that statue?
What exactly is happening in the city?
Bloodshed, a massacre, which is why we gotta hurry.
You needn't fret. Time flows differently in the Fable Sphere. We can stay here a week, yet outside mere minutes will have passed.
Really? Oh, that means I can meditate and actually get my potions back. That'd be nice. Okay, instantly. Yeah, sure. We'll take that. Poisoned apple. Huh. Of course. Can I still eat that for regeneration? Is it even in food and drinks? No, it just gives me a bunch of toxicity. Yep. Still regenerates my vitality, though. That'd be so funny if the witch ever tried to poison Geralt and he'd be like, oh, that's a delicious apple. Do you have more? We're still following the yellow brick road, though. Is everything just the yellow brick road? Because in that case, following it doesn't really get you anywhere.
Watch out! Pixies! Ugly and fierce.
What? Ugly and fierce. I don't... What? I'm going to set you on fire right now. Oh, they don't care.
Not the friendliest pixies I've met.
They were put here to protect the Fable Sphere from intruders. Meaning you.
It's not very nice. Let's see what their Pokédex entry says. What would they be? Would they be a cursed one? Apparently not. Oh, specters? No. A penitent? No. Okay, apparently not. Are they even going to be in here? They might not even be in here. But I'd like them to be... Oh, the Wicked Witch is in here. Once upon a time, there was a Wicked Witch. Every day after supper, she'd drink a glass of freshly squeezed corpse juice. Okay. Though evil witches are often considered creatures born of the overactive imaginations of fabulists and mythologists, cartoonish characters only a child would ever be frightened of, there are accounts of men who claim to have happened across one of these improbable beings. All these accounts agree that the witch not only did in fact eat men, but had mastered the cooking of humans to a fine art. They are said to be particularly fond of children's liver, fried in butter and served in a saffron sauce, balsamic vinegar marinated fingers roasted to a golden crisp, and yes, even freshly squeezed corpse juice. It should be noted here that all the above-mentioned witnesses who swore they saw such a witch were patients of the Ellender Institute for the Mentally Ill. Thus, the veracity of their testimony is highly debatable. Okay. Well then. But, I mean, does that mean that the pixies are in here too? Ogres? No. Necrophages, maybe. I don't think they're in here. Oh, that's so upsetting. I would really like to read more about pixies. Wait, what is this? Oh, alright. Oh, there you are. You are in here. Look, pixies! We should go. Now. Come on, what harm can cute little pixies do us? Lost words of two criminals who broke into the land of 1,000 fables. Identities unknown. Pixies might look like gentle, harmless creatures, yet in their case, the saying about appearances being deceiving fits all too perfectly. The pixies from the land of 1,000 fables were created to protect the magic place from intruders and ensure the ducal daughters, Sylvia Anna and Anna Henrietta, did not come to even the slightest harm. Thus, whenever anyone else crossed the pixies' path, it ended badly for them, for pixies are aggressive, warlike creatures, created to kill, defend, and fight till they can fight no more. Yeah, that's how I feel about pixies too. Of course. Creatures of war. Oh my lord, is this Rapunzel? Oh, it's definitely Rapunzel.
Oh, unicorns! We must catch them. We won't have to walk everywhere then. I call the pink one.
I like how Geralt instantly calls the unicorn Roach because he calls all his horses Roach.
Hey, Exciting, isn't it? Reminds me of my childhood.
Reminds
I have a
me of
unicorn.
something altogether different.
Care to elaborate?
Rather not.
Yep, Yennefer, stuffed unicorn. Okay, let's just leave it at that. Oh my god. This is awesome.
None at all. This is
Oh, the boy who
Damn,
carved
Robbie.
wolf.
I'm alright. Not in any danger. That's him.
I'm going to expose my roach unicorn to wolves? You crazy? Don't do that. I will admit that I'm kind of button bashing right now.
Rat bastard.
You could at least help a little bit, milady. Oh, plus on my sword though.
Relax, it's over.
No, it's not. There's more. Another wolf behind you. Ignore him. He always lies.
Aha. Boy who cried wolf. Still does, I suppose. And doesn't, when they actually appear.
The one and only. Listen, you little chit. Jack said you know what's become of his 3 beans. I don't know anything! Not one thing, and besides, watch out! Wolves!
So he knows everything.
This'll be interesting. Right, let's get to it. Let's say for a minute you know what happened to the red bean. Where wouldn't it be?
For certain, no one swallowed it. Oh no, definitely not that. Of course not. But say someone didn't. Who would it be that didn't swallow it? A human. The most human in the land of 1,000 fables. Everyone! Wolves! Run!
This kid, I swear.
Bet you haven't heard what happened to the blue bean. Maybe? Not at all? Right?
I've heard it lies about somewhere, out in the open.
Just like that? No one guarding it?
Nobody. 3 times over. Help! Wolves!
Okay, so the first one was swallowed by a monster, and the second one is hidden somewhere in a house or a cave guarded by 3 creatures. Okay.
Yellow bean. Don't know a thing about it, right?
It's somewhere very, and I mean very deep. So deep, in fact, it's completely underground. And who has it? A bold farmhand, who in no way and not at all awaits someone. Not in the slightest. Good folk! Wolf! Say that word one more time and I'll chop you up. Feed you to the fishes. Understood?
Okay, so the last one is actually in Rapunzel's tower. A bald farmhand who is certainly not waiting for anyone. Okay.
Alright, we should go.
Watch out for wolves!
Tough to talk to, that one.
Was it, though? You need merely remember he always lies. Or more precisely, reverses the truth.
Where to now?
I'm not sure. We should visit some of the other fables. The meaty ones, that is. Perhaps then Joss's hints will make more sense. It's just a few. Red Riding Hood, piglets and bears, 3 of each. And Goldilocks, of course. Then Longlocks, and a little lass who sells flint.
Fine. Let's get to work.
Okay, so
Incredible. You must have loved this place.
I did at first. But children get bored quickly. Even tea parties with a whole cackle of princesses eventually turn dull and routine.
What did you do then?
Dropped a duck egg in the swan's nest once, that sort of thing. Stole the pea out from under the princess, who sleeps to this day, I think.
wow. Okay, so there's one that's probably then guarded
look,
by.
the Emperor of Nilfgaard. He's come out to show off his new robe.
Is it actually?
Are they not? My new robe's absolutely stunning.
But that's not actually the Emperor of Nilfgaard. It would be so funny if it was actually Emir walking around in his underwear, but hey. So there's one of them guarded by either the 3 little pigs or the 3 bears. There's one guarded by Rapunzel. So long hair or something she called it. Oh god, I actually forgot what the last one was. That's bad. Literally just heard about it too. Oh well. I'm sure we'll find out. Oh right, swallowed by a monster.
Faster. Come on, you... Know what? They need names. I'll call mine... Anise.
Call mine Roach.
Roach? Are you serious? Ugh.
Faster.
Are you serious? All my horses are named Roach. I don't care if they have a horn on their head. There are too many pixies in this world. If I could just leave them alone and not bother. Probably not. There's so many of them.
What now, you piece of filth?
At least they die fast, I suppose. Oh, actually, I don't really need to mount, do I? Oh,
Faster.
but I will anyway, I guess, because I can walk up there on my unicorn. And who doesn't want to do that?
Tobacco of the highest caliber. Fistech pure
Slow
as
now.
virgin tears.
Oh, wow. She's selling Fistech? So, this is the little girl that sells, I think it was matchboxes? In our world? And she, well, I guess in this case she sells Fistech instead of that. And she also didn't freeze to death. So that's nice.
Care for a cigarillo? A bit of tobacco? A dab of fistech?
Remind me, what tale are you from?
Sold flints when I was a lass. But no one bought them, so I branched out. Now I deal in snuffs, puffs, all sorts of fun things. What'll you have, sweeties?
Magic beans. Do you have any?
If it's not the new name of some kicker I already have, dearies, then no. But maybe you'd like some.
Hey, where'd you get that ribbon? That's mine.
Is that so? Then why was it lying in the bushes? Finders keepers, sweetheart.
I don't think that's how that works with Sienna. Also, that was I think that was the cat in the hat right behind her in an earlier scene just then. We probably won't get to talk to him, maybe. Maybe we will, actually. Or is it called the booted cat? I think it's called the cat in the hat in English, isn't it? De geluisterde kat?
The ribbon. Mind explaining what the fuss is about?
There's not much to explain. I got it from a Turius Vigo when I was a child. It was to protect me from evil. It clearly didn't work, given how I ended up.
But it means a lot to you.
How should I put this? I have so few mementos from my childhood, and the ribbon reminds me of the good old days, when I was someone else.
Dears, could you continue this touching scene elsewhere, You're scaring away my customers.
So there went the cat, her only customer. Oh.
Give Sienna the ribbon. Why not, huh?
Sugar plum. The only thing I hand out for free is a first hit. To get them to come back for a second, of course. For all else, you've got to pay.
What if I asked you nicely?
Ask me nicely and I might play you for it. A round of cards?
Yes, let's play cards.
Alright.
Yes.
If you lose, you give me
You're
the ribbon.
mine.
Don't get your hopes up. None can best me at Gwen.
Oh, you're about to meet your maker? That's going a bit far, but you're Gwent maker. Yes. Northern Realm it is. Did I want anything new? Probably didn't. We didn't change anything? Nope. Let's see. I don't think we want to lose any rounds. We have two spies. Screw this. And also screw that. For blue stripes? Okay, we can deal with that. Oh wow, really? You have Teruviel in your deck? Your deck sucks. How did you win at any Gwents? is psychological warfare. She took the ribbon. And she thinks I can't play it back, but I can because I have my decoy in hand. So we'll just do that again, won't we? She really has a bad deck though. Just unbelievably so. Ah, another one. Yes, well, I am going to win this one because I can. I didn't get a healer in yet, but I probably will. So I'm going to use this guy. 1. Time to get more. Time to get even more because I got another spy. She's going to definitely res the spies that he used before though, but it doesn't matter because I have all my blue stripes and I have all of my Crinford Reavers. I can't, there's no way to lose anymore. It's impossible to lose right now. It's completely, utterly impossible. How does that make you feel, little ribbon girl? I don't think I've ever been this harsh during a Gwent match. But I did not like her attitude. So, you want to go? Then we'll go. And we are going. And we are going. And your deck is terrible. Why does that make me so happy? That's terrible. Okay, so, 2 cards left. That could be Scorch. So I'm going to use my leader card. Because I can. Basically. Oh, clear weather, really. That's your card. Alright, mate. Well, then I guess I'll kill your 6 strength unit for a reason. And I win. Oh, I'm going to just demolish you right now, just so I can. What was that again? You were never defeated at Gwent? Was that what you said? I think that's what you said. Yeah? Undefeated, right? Completely undefeated. No one defeats you at Gwent. Absolutely no one. No one does that. Oh, okay. Never mind.
Rumpole, you're good at this. A word once given. The ribbon's yours. Now skedaddle.
All right. Tell me.
What?
What you want in return. You're not doing this out of the kindness of your heart.
Don't want anything in return.
Thank you.
I got to play Gwent. She did me a favor. Thank you for letting me play Gwent. Are you wearing pants? Yes, you are. Oh, wow. So the 7 goes, right? So what do you sell?
What is it, loves? What is it you want?
What have you got to sell exactly?
Like I said, tobacco, fish tech, all sorts of things. Have a look.
See, I'm curious now. What are you actually selling? A gold ball? Of course. So you can throw it in the lake and then, you know, find a frog, I suppose. Golden thread? Woven by Rumpelstiltskin? Yes. And of course the fizz deck. Magic dust, really. Magic mirror shard. Oh, so they broke the evil queen's magic mirror. Bone ashes, what? Don't know what that's from. Table settings probably from, I guess, from Alice in Wonderland. Expensive toys. Okay. Cookies. Gingerbread, yeah, we get these. Magic mushrooms. Quarks. What's quarks from? And false teeth, but I picked those up everywhere anyway. Magic food. So is that really good? Let's buy the magic food. Everybody loves magic food.
Wasting time here, Sienna. Let's go.
You don't have to tell her. I came back for the food. And every time we leave, she has to look at her like, oh, this woman. Even the cat in the hat doesn't like witchers. We'll take unwanted children. I'll take any unwanted children off your hands. Chubby ones preferred, though skinny ones won't be turned away. Witch. Well, I guess that one's off the table because I killed her. Get your mitts off my mattress. To the Joker who's always stuffing things under my mattress, I'm warning you for the last time. If I catch you, I'll have you lashed, scalded, flayed, and finally torn apart by horses. Princess Alexia. Okay. Information wanted. One of my eggs hatched into something ugly. I suspect Madame Duck cheated on me with one of the 6 swans. Though she denies everything. I'll pay good coin for evidence of her guilt. Full anonymity assured. Master Duck. Wow. Wow. Madame Duck cheated on me with one of the 6 swans. Ah, that's awful. Seeking owner of glass slipper, of course. At last night's ball, I danced with a lady with blue eyes and blonde hair tied up in a bun. At the stroke of midnight, she left, leaving behind a glass slipper. Each woman in the land of 1,000 fables is to appear before me to try on the slipper until I determine the lady's identity, and in due course propose matrimony. Failure to appear will be punishable by flogging. Well, I'd certainly put some pressure behind it. Fresh goods! Tobacco, fistek, liquor, from absinthe to Everclear. The customer is always right. The girl who sells it all. Formerly known as the girl who sells Flint. And now drugs. Contract Lucy this Goosey, residents of the fabled land. Somebody's after me. Ever since I moved here from the castle in the clouds, I feel like I'm being watched. Help me before it's too late. Balbina the Goose, known as the goose that lays golden eggs. P.S. I know Joss says it's him, but it's not. Oh god. But isn't... I could be wrong here. I could be completely wrong here. But I thought that the goose that lays the golden egg, I thought that was... That goose lay in the castle in the clouds from Jack and the Beanstalk. So isn't this where we're going, kind of?
Contract from a goose. That's new.
Do you really aim to concern yourself with that?
A true witcher should never abandon poultry in distress.
Poultry in distress. Are you kidding me? Okay. Well, we will find this poultry in distress in the next episode. Oh my god. I love this land. This is ridiculous. Everything is ridiculous. I don't even know how to look at this point. See you guys in the next part.
What?
I find myself wondering if you're just horribly discreet, or if those mutations completely scrubbed away your curiosity. Are you really not interested in what happened? In what became of me after they cast me out?